Welcome back here with Overdrive, and it's time now for us to answer your queries on Auto Selector. Sirish joins us as always. Sirish, before I get down to our Q&A session, let me start by asking you about the buzz on our Facebook page. It's all about the Figo. Now, you drove the car in Goa recently. What was your experience like?
Well, I was rather impressed with the car. When I first saw the car in pictures, I thought it was not styled too well. It looked like a cross between a Fusion and a Fiesta. But in the metal, it does look much better. It's a very cohesive design. Okay, it's not stunning. It's not like the Beat or the Swift that you'll turn around and look at it again. But it's a very thoughtfully designed car because it places space over everything else. So it's a car that has got a lot of space inside. It's very spacious. And it is somewhat like the Fusion because it's high, you sit higher, you got a lot of headroom, you got a decent amount of shoulder room. I think it's one of the most spacious small cars that you will be able to buy when it finally goes on sale.
All right, enough about the Figo. On to our first question. This comes into us from Shezan. She says her dad is looking forward to buying her a car, lucky girl, a budget of 8 to 9 lakh rupees. Mileage is really not that critical a priority as far as she's concerned. She prefers petrol but doesn't really mind diesel. She's shortlisted about 4 cars: the Honda City, the Honda Jazz, the Volkswagen Polo, the Hyundai i20. She does about 30 to 40 kilometers a day and perhaps some weekend driving as well on the highway. She also wants to know about the Honda City automatic version. What would you recommend, Sirish?
See, between 8 to 9 lakhs, you won't get the automatic Honda City. You will get the normal Honda City with the manual transmission. Now, between the two Hondas, between the Honda City and the Jazz, for a city car and for you, for a lady, I would suggest the Jazz. It's not less powerful than the City. The 1.2 litre engine is quite quick. And the Jazz is a compact car, so it's good for the city, but it's got a lot of space inside. It also looks good. So I think as an overall package, the Jazz makes a lot of sense. If you want a diesel in that segment, well, the i20 diesel is the king over there. Don't think about it again. Just go and buy the diesel car. The Polo, we haven't yet driven it in India. I just had a short spin in the car recently, but that's not enough to tell us more about the car. It will have a 1.2 litre petrol, so again, in terms of performance, it won't be any quicker than any of these cars. So I would suggest right now, if you're buying a car, go for the Jazz.
Sirish, I want to stick with Honda because we've seen what's happened with both Toyota and Honda recalling cars globally as well as in India. In India, Honda's recalled the second generation Honda City. What seems to be going on? These are Japanese car makers known for quality.
Well, Honda has issued a recall for the second generation Honda City in India. That's not the current model that's on sale. It's the previous generation which just got phased out. The second generation Jazz which is being sold in India, that is not being recalled because it's the first generation Jazz that is under the scrutiny. So the main problem relates to the driver's side power window switch. There is a master switch which has a shield, and the shield could sometimes give way, and if water goes into the switch, that could spark and possibly cause a fire. So that is the issue, and when the cars go in for a recall, the entire the power window switch will be replaced along with the shield so that no water goes into the driver's side power window switch. Now, the recall, see, they are a fact of life. It happens in every industry, not just in automobiles, but also in software. In software, if there's if there's a problem, the manufacturer issues a patch, and that sorts out the problem. So it happens in every industry, and in India, it has happened in the past. In fact, Honda itself has issued recalls twice before. This is the third time they are issuing a recall. But you've got to take into account the fact that, see, Honda are honest enough to accept that there is a problem, there could be an issue, and so they're recalling the cars and getting it sorted out. So for that, I would think that, the Honda are being honest about it and they are sorting out their problems. As for Toyota, Toyota has had a massive recall in North America and in Europe. But our Indian cars aren't involved in the recall because all the cars from India, they get the parts from Japan. And the Japanese manufactured parts aren't under scrutiny. It's only North America and Europe.
Well, that's a wrap on this edition of Auto Selector, but keep those queries coming in. Our email address is helpdesk@overdrive.co.in.